Well, it's a time to recognize those who work to make things better for others and the community through their leadership and service. Chattanooga Hamilton County NAACP President Reverend Ann Pierre joins me now with more on the upcoming Ruby Hurley Image Awards. Reverend Pierre, so good to have you here.
Oh, it's nice being here.
Let's start by talking about the Ruby Hurley Image Awards. This is something that has been going on in our community and across this country for a while. But for people who are familiar with this and maybe hearing about it for the first time, tell us about what this is, why this takes place, and the significance of it.
The NAACP here has been, this is its 83rd year. This is our 35th annual Ruby Hurley Image Awards. And what we do is, Ruby Hurley was a great image. She was regional secretary. She did so many things towards civil rights. So it was felt that her image was one that should be profiled. So we each year look into the community and bring people out of the community who are doing things to better our community. And normally we might hear of them and we might not hear of them, but there are just a lot of people. We can't award everybody, but there are just so many people who are doing great things. So this year we're excited that we have Judge Penny Brown Reynolds as our speaker. And she is the U.S. Deputy Secretary, Assistant Secretary for Civil Rights. And you know the NAACP is about civil rights. We have voting rights. We look at that into the community. We do a lot of work in terms of voter registration, getting people to come back in who have lost their voting rights because they were incarcerated. Things of that nature. Also, one of the big things for young people has been the NAACP took a forward step to have the loans just wiped away completely for so many people in the U.S.
And you're talking about their college loans.
The college loans,
and that's
yes.
One of the issues that a lot of times people has been controversial in some areas because, you know, but that is one of the things you look at that holding so many people back because
yes.
they want to have that opportunity to get their education, but then at the same time, because of that debt, it's holding them back from getting a house. It's holding them back from other things. So that's one of the issues. Going back to your guest, Dr. Penny Brown Reynolds.
Yes.
Special guest here coming from DC and from the Biden administration here. You all always pick a guest of national significance that, again, correlates with what you all are doing
Correct.
in the NAACP when it comes to civil rights. And just, you know, talk about, again, why it was important to have your guest, Dr. Penny Brown.
Well, it's so important because of what she has done over her career. She is a judge. She had a judge program on TV where she won awards. She is has been in the enforcement in terms of a judge in Georgia. Mm-hmm. She has been in the DA's office, and I thought it was really ironic about her because she's also a minister. And after graduating from all those schools, she graduated from ITC, and her husband is also a minister. So she just brings a perspective where you can look at what's going on now in terms of her work that she has done in the community. And she's just so exciting. We also have this year the Ambassador Award that we give to local people who have left Chattanooga and doing great things. So Victor and Cedric Caldwell will receive the Ambassador Award. And you know, they're just international songwriters and producers.
And doing a lot in the music industry,
yes.
right? We are, and so proud of them and what they're doing there in Nashville now. So that's wonderful. And like you said, people who continue to do good work and you know, and like you said, one of the things too, you're looking at this, is some of these awards just talk about some of them, one named after a person so many people know,
James
Mr. Mapp. Yeah, Mr. Mapp here in this community.
And we have Viola Mapp Award, which is for membership. And people who go out and get great membership, for the NAACP. We look at them, people who go out and work in the community receive the award. Christy Rashid is receiving an award. Brother John Taylor, Taylor Funeral Home, is receiving an award. We just have a number of people who are receiving awards who have done great things in our community. And we're just extremely excited about it because it will be November 2nd at the Chattanooga Convention and Trade Center.
Always a wonderful event, like you said, to kind of spotlight what people are doing here in our community. Last year, there's a picture of Dr. Glenda Glover, who is the current president of Tennessee State University, was the speaker last year, and just again motivated the crowd as to continue the work of the NAACP, which is so important. And you look at the wonderful crowd that you all have each and every year at this event. And just talk about people who say, well, what's the role, what's the relevance in today's society, 2023, for the NAACP? You know, there was this clear-cut line of civil rights in the 60s, yes. But what's the role and the relevance today? If you can just really quickly, we have less than 30 seconds.
Well, the role of the NAACP is to look at, we're like the heartbeat in the community, to look at what's going on. For example, if you look at the businesses, who has a business in the community? What do you need? One thing that we did that you might be familiar with is the ARP money that came into the city. We went to the city council and the county commission, told them about the money and that it was to be distributed in the African American.
That's another thing, leveling the playing field,
yes.
making sure everyone has a fair shot and equal opportunities. And again, I know you said you talked about voting rights and so many things, another conversation, but Reverend Ann Pierre, always great to have you on the show. We appreciate it and want to remind people just to come out and support the NAACP, what you all are doing here in this community for the Ruby Hurley Image Awards on November 2nd.